is still two rules in the fucking Latinos family. Don't marry somebody black, and don't park in front of our
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can hear myself on the phone, and then can I hear myself through the phone?
Today is Wednesday, February 8th, 2017, and on today's The following program is brought to you by Blood, Sweat, Tears, and listeners like you. To support this show and all of the shows within Twib Nation, consider becoming a subscriber of our pay service, The Twibularity, at twib.me/subscribe. That's twib.me/subscribe. Or you can give a one-time donation at donate.twib.me. That's donate.twib.me. We've all learned how important media is and who tells our stories. Help us be the media that you want to hear and that the media is afraid to hear. It's kind of hard to listen to yourself become irrelevant.
This is Twib Nation.
Today is Wednesday, February 8th, 2017, and on today's Twib Prime, Republicans? The fuck? All of this and more with Team Blackness on today's Twib Prime.
So from now on, whenever you hear these horns, just know you are now entering the blackness. Collard greens, cornbread, and the catfish. Malcolm X and Dr. King with a black fist. We are live, son. This is blackness. You are now entering the blackness. Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, and the classics. Real love, the opposite of ratchet. We are live, son. This is blackness.
What
is going on, people? We are back. This is This Week in Blackness Prime. I am your host, Elon James White, who apparently doesn't want to keep his phone in one piece. Literally dropped it on the floor immediately as we started. With me, as per usual, is Team Blackness, consisting of, she is the host of the Next Big Thing with Courtney and Dara. She is a former media fellow, now full-fledged Twib Nation. And she's talented and stuff.
He didn't say my name.
Yeah, I didn't say her name yet. You're jumping the gun there, Brent. Just like you know, you're jumping the gun. We have Dara M. without a dot Wilson, madam.
Hello.
How's it going?
You know.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of really fun stuff to cover today. I'm just super excited about everything that's happening in the world, and everything's great.
I mean, yes. That is the proper answer, I guess. Is it the proper answer? I don't know anymore.
Sure.
It's not.
Okay.
It's sad, and we're tired, and it's the news. I don't know what to do with any of it. But there are some good things, not in the news, but small things that are good. Like for instance, madam, we are currently live. Like live, not like live like we've been recently, but like live.
Like there's nothing you can do about anything that I say.
Right. Basically, whatever you say here, it goes straight to the stream. I can't stop it, so we're screwed on that. So we've gone back to live for a bit here. We're doing some testing here, and we're also on at an earlier time. People who are watching right now might notice that we are on now at I believe it's 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Pacific, and in Pacific. I don't know why I was going deeper into that. Like there was more explanation. Like Pacific. Yeah, we're on, and we're happy about that. Language, as people might have noticed, we kind of are free. I want my people to be free,
What are you saying?
What? I want my people to be free. It's Mos Def.
Yeah, okay, that's
what?
Fine. Just the run up to that song was.
It just I didn't mean for that song to be. That wasn't the point.
But also, just all of your words were just haphazard.
Well, I don't know what to say about that, because
right.
what I want to say is like, no, they aren't, but I don't believe I can say that with confidence. So I want to argue with you. Like my instinct just now was just like, no, they weren't. I was fine. And then I was like, maybe I wasn't. I don't know. But yes, we're playing with some stuff here. Also, we have brought back the phone line, Dara.
Woo.
I know you don't seem happy. Are you worried about that, Dara?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
So you're scaring me, Dara. Yes, we're bringing back. We'll be taking phone calls during the show. We used to do that all the time, and then we hadn't been doing that, and now it's back. I have set up everything on an amazing day when I've gotten sick because my child is a germ incubator, and I didn't know that because I was actually I was monologuing to myself, which I didn't think was monologuing, but I was like, my child hasn't gotten sick. This has been great.
Is this her first time being sick?
Yes.
Wow.
This is her first time being sick. Like 9 months in, like we hadn't had a sick child yet. And wait, did I introduce Brent? Hey, yo, Brent, say hi. Hi. Thank you.
He didn't even put his cell phone camera.
Just let that man cook. Let that man cook. What are you doing? I don't know what are you doing right now? Just let that man cook. Let that man cook. Dara. Dara's cookless. She won't let that man cook.
I was just.
It's fine.
I just wanted to see his face. Like, excuse me.
I want my people to be free.
I'm here.
Sorry. I don't know. That time, I don't even know why that happened. It just came out.
Sense.
It's just the first time it made sense. But yeah, I had a point in that. Oh yeah, germ incubator. So yeah, this is the first time she got sick, and not so her nose has been running, and I knew I was screwed because when her nose running, I was like, oh honey, and then she started to try to eat it. And I was like, sweetheart. And I immediately like wiped it off with my hand. And I was like, why did I just use my hand to wipe the white? I'm not a booger guy. I hate it. Hate them.
Are you not a booger guy?
I'm not no. I feel like there are people who are like, they're just neutral. You know what I mean? Like, they don't like it, You know, it's not like that. I am actually disgusted. I hate boogers. Not a fan. And this child was just like, all of a sudden I looked over and no, just nose coming down, and she's like, oh well, this is delicious. And I was just like, that's child. We don't do that. It is disgusting, but she's a baby. What do you want from her? She's doing that baby shit. That's not baby life, right? And so she's all babied up. And I wipe it. I'm like, oh, that was terrible. That was a bad idea. But I did it because it was instinct. Like I didn't even like think. It wasn't like I was like, oh, I'm gonna use my hand. Just like, oh, honey, and I tried to get it off her. And then today I woke up. I'm just full on sick. My wife is like basically there, and she had the baby. And she comes over and she says, oh, we need to do the thing with the baby where you suck the snot out of their nose. There's a machine for it. Don't worry about it.
There's like a little thing, right?
No, it's the one. What we have is like it looks like a, I don't know, like a crayon, like a giant crayon with a hole in it, and then it has a hose on the back.
Yeah.
And you put it in your mouth and you put it in their nose and you go. But there's a filter.
God.
There's a filter.
Elon,
it doesn't just go through.
Serious.
It doesn't just go through. It's a filter.
My gagginess is so gaggy from my medicine. Like I can't hear it. I can't hear it.
Well, I mean, I done said it, so it's like, that's what I was saying. But so yeah, so she's like, oh, we need to do the thing. And as soon as she says that, I look up to her and I go, yeah, that's a good eye. And as I say I, and I look at her, the baby just like Linda Blair's it, just like blah, just like right there. And my wife was like, oh my god. Oh my god. And it was because it was right on, it was right, it was in her hands, but the first shot didn't catch her. She was just like, oh my god. And then I was like, oh, we probably need to, as I'm talking, she hits it again. And the second time she did it with gusto. She did it with aggression and fury and force. And it was more than I thought her body could have. And they just like, boom, and it's just all over my wife. My wife just covered it. And my wife's just like, oh my god. Oh my god. And I'm just like, oh, okay, you stay. And I just run out and start cleaning up stuff and trying to get it off the floor or whatever. And my wife was just so horrified by this whole process. And it was the first time this has ever happened. She's never been sick and she's never projectile vomited or whatever. And it's just, I'm just like, boom. It was like a scene out of the Santa Clarita Diet. And I'm just like boom. I was like, wow, was not prepared for that. And that's been my day. trying to nurse my child. And by the way, she's fine. You know, like how like when I don't feel well, and I've been like I don't feel well. I'm all grumpy or whatever. And I've seen kids who don't feel like they're not happy or crying a lot. My child is so good. She is laughing. I mean, she's like laugh, stop the vomit, laugh again. Let's play. Let's do stuff. Why do you guys look all disgusted? I thought we were playing. Come back. Come back. Dara, does this change how you feel about my daughter?
It just changes how I feel in the moment. I'm like I can't impress upon you how ill it makes me feel.
The illness that you feel, imagine watching it.
No, I don't have to, because I have the kind of brain where I don't have to imagine watching it. My brain just does it for me. So I have already literally seen it now in my head. And it is as bad as seeing it in real life.
Yeah, it was yeah, it's just not. It's not. That's all I got. It's not pleasant, and I don't know what to do about it. And I'm just I'm trying to get through. I just want to get through the day. That's all I want to do. That's my goal here today, Dara. Get through the goddamn day, and hopefully my child won't because I think my wife has to go out tonight, and I was gonna go out with her, but now I'm like maybe I need to be close to the baby. I don't know, Dara. I'm so tired.
To do what?
Huh?
To do what?
I don't know. Be there. She does the whatever, like, or just like she needs some support. Whatever. Like she is. I have never probably like as I hold and play with her all the time, but I try to like have a line like in the middle of the night, because that's the thing. Last night, middle of the night, she woke up about 12:30, 12:25, and Dara, I swear to God, I had just fallen asleep. I think I had looked at the clock and it was 12:18, 12:20, and then all of a sudden I woke up and it was 12:25 or 12:27, and I was like, holy crap, The baby's. I didn't know what was happening. That's how it was. I just heard sounds, and I'm like, oh, what is that? I don't know what's going on. Oh, the baby's crying. I was literally just fall asleep, and I go in and I try to like calm her down, give her a bottle. Like she's like, no, fuck you, Dad. Why do you think a bottle? You think a bottle's gonna calm all this? All of this? And I'm like, all right, well, you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just upset or whatever. You don't seem to be teething. Whatever. So I'm gonna let you cook for a bit. Like cry it out a little bit. I'll be right back. And she did that for a half hour. Came back. I rocked her for 45 minutes. Just rocked her. Just like, come on, baby. I just like, and she's calm in my arms and all that good stuff. As soon as I put her down, that lasts for another hour and a half to 2 hours. Child.
Your baby does not like to be on her back, though, just in general. Even if nothing is wrong.
Yeah.
She's just like, oh no! Fine now, I'm sitting up. Everything's good.
I love her so much. I need her to.
She's a very particular child.
I don't know where she gets that from. That's a weird aspect to have.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're somehow mocking me, child. I mean, what's happening? I was literally thinking about her, and that's why I said you're mocking me, child, because I've been saying she's mocking me.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't.
Except it turns out that you're talking to me, and I'm not
right.
a child.
Right. You're correct.
Yep. Okay.
I don't like it's as bad as like when I called you Amber. Like just now, like I thought of you and I just thought of my child. I'm old and black. Let me be. We do this Monday through Thursday. We have a docket full of blah. Shenanigans, tomfoolery, with and what have you. But we have some reminders. What? Do you remember the reminders, Dar?
No.
Of course not.
Twib.me/subscribe. Amazon.twib.me.
See, what? I don't even know what you're saying right now. The reminders are before Dara starts doing stuff.
I was right.
Was it?
Yes.
I don't know. See, now you messed with me. I had them reminders in my head, and now you just screwed with me.
Yeah, you're just gonna blame me though, right?
Yes, I totally am. Because it's not like I've forgotten anything else.
Right. Because you've got such a fantastic track record of remembering things.
Long as you're clear about that. Remember that you if you shop with Amazon, use the Twib link. You can use our Twib link at amazon.twib.me. That's amazon.twib.me. And you can, once you type that in, you'll be on Amazon's page, and all of a sudden, when you shop, we get a small referral. That's it. And you pay no more, and you get to support independent media, and it's all good. You can become a subscriber to the show. I believe that's what. Why
Twib. What?
Oh, because you looked at me evil.
No, I didn't. I just looked.
Well,
I thought you were asking me what it was.
No, I was double checking because I've done this wrong a couple times.
I already told you what it was.
But what if
I was wrong?
Right.
What if you changed it?
Right.
Since last week when I did a best of and used it.
Oh, I didn't know you did that.
Yeah.
Okay, see, well, I change shit all the time. You act like I don't. Twib.me/subscribe. And next week, again, my wife runs a show. If you're in the Bay Area, you should swing by Joke Landish. It's at the Hatch, downtown Oakland. And my wife will be hosting, and I'll be making an appearance. Like I feel like I'm dusting off my joke book. You know, Dara? Like I stepped away, but I'm coming back.
I feel like there's a rap song for that.
I feel like there's like 15 rap songs for that. I feel like that there are an abnormal amount of rap songs about that.
About dusting off your joke book?
About coming back. Like I stepped away, but I'm back.
Don't call it a comeback.
What? Been here for years, right?
Yeah.
All that good stuff. All right.
You forgot one.
There's more. What else? What did I forget?
Donate.twib.me.
Does that work? I mean, but no,
does it work?
Twib.me /subscribe or support. Is it? I gotta.
Twib.me / subscribe. Also, donate.twib.me.
Okay. I just hope that link
I
works.
check everything before I say it. Of course it works. I already checked it. Thank you. I'm not just gonna say stuff without checking it.
Okay. I don't understand that life. The world, everyone says stuff without checking it. I'm confused by that.
No,
everyone.
I don't like to be wrong.
Valid. So funny enough, talking about like dusting off my joke book brings us to a story.
Oh, God.
You want to do that one first, or you want You wanna,
No,
you wanna-
you-
can we could start somewhere else. We can start two different places. Both shitty. But
No,
we can
let's start with your friend here.
Oh, whoa. I said whoa. So last night I didn't even notice this, but apparently George Lopez was trending on Twitter, and I was like, why is George Lopez? I mean, I haven't heard anything about George Lopez in a minute. You know what I mean? Like, what could possibly be happening right now that would make George Lopez trending throughout social media? And the answer, was quite clearly. Let's just play this clip that was posted by TMZ.
There's still two rules in the fucking Latinos family. Don't marry somebody black, and don't park in front of our house. Sit your fucking ass down. Sit your fucking ass down. I'm talking, bitch. Sit your fucking ass down. You pay to see a show. Sit your ass down. You can't take a joke. You're in the wrong motherfucking place. You can't take a joke. You're in the wrong.
So you might be confused because it's very confusing what just happened. You might be confused what just occurred. So I'm going to rewind it and come again. All right. So this, because I'm a little confused. So this is listen to what's happening here, and also time it. And I did this myself. It was interesting. Listen, there's gonna be something said, and then responses, and so do that again.
There's still two rules in the fucking Latinos family. Don't marry somebody black, and don't park in front of our house. Sit your fucking ass down. Sit your fucking ass down. I'm talking, bitch. Sit your fucking ass down. You pay to see a show. Sit your ass down. You can't take a joke. You're in the wrong motherfucking place. If you can't take a joke, you're in the wrong. So sit your fucking ass down or get the fuck out of here. Sit your fucking ass down or get the fuck out of here. I see you. Fuck yeah. Sitting motherfucking I motherfucking You got two choices. Shut the fuck up or get the fuck out. I'll tell you what, I'll make the choice for you. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I'll make the choice for you. Bye. Bye. Bye.
So that happened there. So I can see that. So it's an interesting thing here because I, as comic guy, and Dara as comic nerd, one of the reasons why me and Dara know each other is Dara's a big comedy nerd. Like Dara showed up at a show I did with Baratunde and W. Kamau Bell and Kevin Avery, like 7-8 years ago, like something like that. And Dara's like really into comedy. So, what did you think of that, Dara?
This kind of thing actually really upsets me. One, because he's just being a bully, right? Like, I didn't hear on the clip if she said anything. The article says that she put her middle finger up at him, and there's a reason I'm a comedy nerd and not a comedy person, because you gotta have a bit of a thicker skin than that, I would think. Like, oh my God, somebody didn't like my joke, they have to be ejected from the facilities. What kind of sense does that make? Also, there's two rules in the Latino family still. Don't marry a black person and don't park in front of our house. You said the shit because it was controversial. You said the shit because you knew it was going to make somebody upset. So don't fuck around and act like your feelings are hurt because somebody didn't like your stupid, basic ass joke. That was not, incidentally, funny at all.
Actually, I would argue with that, Dara.
I am shocked, Elon.
My argument is, it wasn't a fucking joke. Not that it wasn't funny. I don't think it was funny, but it wasn't a joke. It wasn't an actual joke. He made an observation. So that was the best part, because I've seen a lot of defense around. It's like, oh, y'all sensitive. Y'all can't take a joke. Like, there was no joke. He made a statement. A joke has a setup and a punchline. There was no joke. There's still 2 rules in the Latino family. Don't marry a black person and don't park in front of our house. That's not a joke. That's a setup of a joke. He might be going somewhere with that, but that is in fact not a joke. So, and on the video, like I looked, and because I was trying to figure out, because apparently like his response, it was so fast. It like from him saying the end of the joke, like when I initially got, it was about almost 5 seconds, right? In 5 seconds, he went from like, don't park in front of our house. Woo, shut up! Yelling at the person in the row. And the thing is, like, let me just be real here. I have been heckled before. I've told stories about like bad stand-up nights or whatever, and I have never in my life responded in that way. And especially the shut up bitch and all that other stuff. Like what? So for me, Dara, I have a Brent. What do you think of this? Are you a comedy guy? Do you like comedy?
Yeah, I do a little stand-up here and there.
Have you?
Yeah, exactly.
Of course you did. Because Brent is the most interesting man in the world.
I'm actually going to be doing more stand-up here coming soon.
All right. Well, let's see some of that stand-up. But like, what do you think of that then?
Well, yeah, my dude, I think he was just taking a moment to be a bully, of course, and also show us how much he's disconnected to the concept of intersectionality.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, like, I don't think anybody. It's not even like I thought he was like all on top of this or whatever. But his response, like, I saw a lot of people upset about like the line about like the don't park in front of my house and don't marry a black person. See, to me, that wasn't I wasn't upset yet, because that can go somewhere. That can go to a funny joke. That can go somewhere. He might be unpacking some shit. He could be making some arguments about how things work and things of that nature. That I could mess with. All right. So those are rules in the Latino family. Whatever. What next? What's next? What's the joke? What's the insight? Where are you going with it? But he didn't get to that, and then this woman just started. He started yelling at this woman and calling her a bitch. It's like, what type of like? Because you just said something that wasn't. It's not like people would like that. I don't know I don't know why you would think black people would be cool. Like, yeah, you guys won't marry us. Woo!
Yeah,
did you expect that?
You hate us too.
Right? Was
We're
that the
a
response
minority
you
among minorities. Everybody hates us. It's hilarious.
Woo! Like, so I don't understand. Like, because here's the thing. I say shit when I'm on stage, and then sometimes I'm saying some real shit, and it might piss some people off, but okay. But I'm gonna go somewhere with it, and my response, if I'm about to piss people off, or if I'm about to say something, I'm not gonna jump bad with people like that. And so, like, again, the joke, I don't have an issue with. No, I'm sorry, the observation, because there wasn't a fucking joke yet. But what I do have an issue with is the idea that that's okay, and his response was somehow reasonable, and if you found it problematic, that you were being too politically correct. Oh dear. And I'm looking in the YouTube chat room, and apparently Jeff Sessions just got confirmed, so that's fun. That's just fun. That's amazing. Jeff, you know what? Now, you know what? Reading that, fuck it. Fuck George Lopez. He's a dickhole, and that's just not cool. But let's now talk about this. Maybe I'll get back to Jeff Sessions, and we'll have the phone lines open soon.
Maybe you'll get back to Jeff Sessions. George Lopez.
Dickhole, yeah.
Dickhole Richie.
Dickhole Richie. That's not what I meant. George Dickhole Lopez? No. George? No, I don't want to do this now. So last night there was some shit going down where in the Senate there was a big fight. Senate Democrats fighting. against the confirmation of Jeff Sessions as the Attorney General, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just make sure I'm picking the right title. So the issue, what had happened besides, let's before we do that, let's just have a little bit of let's sprinkle a little bit of a knowledge around Sessions for people who might not be fully familiar. Sessions has been problematic for a minute. He has actually been credited with the first 2 weeks of the Trump administration. Actually, he helped craft this agenda because both Kushner and Bannon are big fans of this dude. Bannon actually pointed out has been a big fan of him for quite some time, and he was the architect of that. He actually wanted all this to happen in one day, on day one. And Trump said no, and he would spread it out a bit. He wanted to like basically shock and awe, right? Cool. Sessions has been was at one point nominated for a judgeship, and there was pushback, and a part of the pushback was from one Coretta Scott King. If you might have never heard of her, for that dude. She is the wife of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And she wrote a scathing letter that people have been quoting, and they're not even quoting the whole thing. They're quoting like a page. Apparently, the letter was 10 pages long about why Sessions should not be given this judgeship, pointing out his work at stopping black folks from voting. So yesterday, Elizabeth Warren is reading from this letter, and Mitch McConnell literally silenced her, saying that she was impugning one of the members of Congress, citing this thing. And she's like, really? I'm reading Coretta Scott King. And he actually had said no, objected, and they actually had her sit the fuck down.
Are you quoting George Lopez?
No. I wish. No, I don't. Fuck that guy. Apparently he got a kidney from his wife and then left her like 3-4 years later.
That seems to be a thing that famous men do, is to take
body parts
and or goodwill from women when they are in need, and then leave them as soon as they are well again. Maybe I shouldn't say famous men, but I don't know about regular men.
I accept you. But yeah, no, this so please note, this letter from Coretta Scott King actually was already in, I believe, the Library of Congress or something. They couldn't find it, but it had already been given, was submitted.
Yeah, it's from 1986.
Yeah, it's from 1986. This is not a new letter that they just found or whatever. This is something that had already been submitted.
Screwing over black people and minorities for the entirety of his career.
Yeah, this letter was written 30 years ago saying, nah, nigga. And then now first they couldn't find the letter. And then once the letter was found, they were like, you can't read this because you're impugning one of the members of the Senate. And they shut her down. Please note, afterwards, some other dudes got to read the letter. Mm-hmm. And they didn't get shut down, which was interesting. I mean, maybe they say pretty please?
No, they just took their dicks out.
And rubbed it against each other? Like, what the fuck?
No, it's like, bam, look at this. Oh. And they're like, oh, you can speak.
Oh.
You didn't tell me you had a penis. Please, go on. I also think it's funny that impugning someone is inappropriate. Committing actions that are worthy of impugnment, fine.
Yeah.
Calling someone a racist is way worse than being racist.
Oh, someone in the YouTube chat is saying that Strom Thurmond didn't actually enter the letter into the congressional record. I'm shocked again.
Shocked. Yeah.
Shocked by that. Holy shit. I mean, how's that possible? Strom Thurmond. Sorry, I don't know what to do with any of this. And it's actually like this story is extra fucked up, as we already know that he's been confirmed. What I need to see is the vote. I'm assuming Democrats stood.
Vote was near party line, 52 to 47.
Who? What?
The let me open up this chart that has the people that voted yes. One is Joe Manchin III from West Virginia. He's a Democrat.
Is he?
But yeah, that's why near party lines. And of course Jeff Sessions voted present, but abstained from the actual vote. So it was all Republicans voted yes,
And one Dem.
one Democrat voted yes, and Bernie Sanders, who is back to being independent,
He voted no.
he voted no. Yeah,
Yeah,
I just love that his color has changed so quickly.
I mean, listen. I'm not even. I don't have the energy. This dude is he's literally the fucking worst. He, like, all of the bullshit that you've seen coming up to now, like he had his hand in the Muslim ban. He had his hand in all types of shit leading up to this. He's been racist for decades.
OG racist.
OG racist. He's that old school. He's that good old boy racist. I don't. Dara, explain to me what's happening. You know what? Fuck it. Phone lines are open. I need someone else.
Call audible. Somebody else phone in.
718-404-9320. The number again is 718-404-9320. You can tune in. You can call in. Also, when I said tune in, just reminded me, we're also broadcasting on TWIB FM again. So if you want to listen to the show as opposed to watching it, we're on TuneIn. And we are, you can always go to, I believe, twib.me/listen. Or thisweekinblackness.com/listen. So if you can't
you didn't check
watch
before you said
what?
it.
What now?
Nothing.
No, I did check. I didn't check. I checked before the show. Smart that time. Yeah. I'm sorry. I really didn't need to see. Maybe we should go back to not being live. Because then someone could have brought me the information like that. I wouldn't have been looking at this feed. So that I wouldn't have known. But now I know. And I don't want to know.
You would have just known tomorrow.
Yeah.
or we would have seen it 10 minutes from now. So what are the implications here?
Everything is awful?
Terrible things are going to happen to the Black Lives Matter organization and movement, I would have to assume.
Yeah. Yeah.
These Blue Lives Matter laws that are designating police officers as a protected class, therefore making it, what do you call it, violations when you resist arrest? Help me out, Elon James, the white.
What? Say it again.
It's like when you do something that's bad, hate crime, it makes it a hate crime.
All right.
If you resist arrest, it's a hate crime because police officers are a protected class. Because apparently you need more than taser and pepper spray and a gun and a baton and a bulletproof vest to be protected. So
I just, there's an article over in Bustle. It was like nine terrible Jeff Sessions quotes about everything from Donald Trump to the KKK. So he doesn't believe in climate change. That's great. He prosecuted black voters in Alabama for voting. This is something that happened after the passage of the Voting Rights Act. Albert Turner became known as Mr. Voter Registration, working as an Alabama field secretary for Martin Luther King's Southern Christian Leadership Conference. After King's assassination, Turner led the mule wagon and carried King's body through the streets of Atlanta. Because of Turner's work, African Americans gained political control of many counties in the Alabama Black Belt, where you could practically count the number of black voters on one hand in 1965. But the flourishing of black political power in the Black Belt didn't all sit well with the old white power structure. Shocking. In the Democratic primary of September 1984, FBI agents hid behind the bushes of the Perry County Post Office, waiting for Turner and fellow activist Spencer Hogue to mail 500 absentee ballots on behalf of elderly black voters. When Turner and Hogue left, the Fed seized the envelopes from the mail slots. 20 elderly black voters from Perry County were bussed there 3 hours to Mobile, where they were interrogated by law enforcement officials and forced to testify before a grand jury. 92-year-old Willie Bright was so frightened of the quote-unquote the law that he wouldn't even admit he voted. In January 1985, Sessions, the 39-year-old U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Alabama, charged Turner, his wife, Evelyn, and Hogue with 29 counts of mail fraud, altering absentee ballots, and conspiracy to vote more than once. They faced over 100 years in jail on criminal charges and felony statutes under the VRA provisions of the law that had scarcely been used to prosecute the white officials who had disenfranchised the blacks for so many years. The Turners and the Hogues became known as the Marion Three. The trial was held in Selma, of all places. The jury of 7 blacks and 5 whites deliberated for less than 3 hours before returning a not guilty verdict on all counts. And 4 months later, the Reagan administration, to the astonishment of civil rights supporters, nominated Sessions for a federal judgeship. Which is when Coretta Scott King said, nah, nigga. 10 pages.
Say that.
What?
She would never say that.
Well, I swore I read the 10 pages. It was like a very, it was like a very long nigga. And that was like 10 pages.
What are you talking about? The only letter I see is 2 paragraphs.
No, that's 1 page. There is a 10-page, like a BuzzFeed posted it. Yeah, no, it was pretty, it was long.
Okay.
What you call it? Another thing here. Obama, they have a quote from Wesley Lowery saying, pointing out that Obama's AG, the first black man and black women to hold the job, Trump's AG, thinks the NAACP is un-American. Because why would he not think that? Sessions hasn't been too vocal on this front, but his voting record in the Senate speaks for itself. He voted against allocating $100 million for sexual education and contraception for high schoolers, reauthorizing the Violence Against Women's Act, and voted in favor of ending special funding for businesses owned by women. Sessions' voting record also doesn't reflect well on his stance on the LGBTQ community. Although he said sexual orientation isn't a factor in confirming a judge, that's a far cry from being an ally. And his voting record definitely shows that he isn't one. He voted no on expanding the definition of a hate crime to include LGBT victims, voted against repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and voted for a constitutional ban on same-sex marriage. Sessions seems to have no idea the vetting process for Syrian refugees is actually incredibly rigorous, and instead was laser focused on the idea that there was somehow untold numbers of Syrians who had been convicted of terrorist activity, and also he had a hand in putting this shit together with the Muslim ban. Incredibly pro-Trump, of course. What are we doing?
Well, I guess the main thing is that he's been a part of the Senate all this time. So one thing that we have to continue to remind ourselves is that our government, local all the way up through the Fed, is filled with everything, anti-humanity bigots. And just because they are allowed to flourish now, that bigot in chief is in there. I forgot, what is our president's name? Bannon. Mm-hmm. Now that he's up in there, just because they can feel free to flaunt their bigotry doesn't mean that they haven't been there all along. So that's a silver lining.
There's no silver lining.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's just not. I mean, just like this is like I've never. The president and the cabinet are literally a rogues gallery of like Batman villains. And
are you waiting for my disagreement?
I wasn't.
Okay. It's not coming.
It's like they are the Legion of Doom.
That's fair.
I
think that's fair.
Seriously, the phone lines are open. I don't.
We
I'm
have
hoping that
more
someone-
on the docket.
I know we do, but like I'm sad now.
Did you think that they were going to be able to find some Republicans with a conscience?
I thought possibly,
Conscience?
maybe, perhaps.
Well,
I was wrong.
yeah. That's.
I thought someone was going to be like, all right, man, we can't do this. Somebody, anybody, somebody.
But
Anybody?
Why?
Because
Because they don't have to worry about. They don't have to worry about their seats anymore, right? Like the gerrymandering in many of these states is such that it doesn't matter what they do or if they disappoint the people, whether or not they have the support of their people. It doesn't do anything. It just, they can do what they want because the voting doesn't matter.
You're not making any of this better, Dara.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say I'm not making sense. So that's not true.
At the moment, I don't think I have a lot of clout on that. So we gotta throw that out there. 718-404-9320 if you want to weigh in. 718-404-9320 because so I mean, it's just this is the fucking worst. All right, and we already have a White House that has already claimed that they were going to be all pro law enforcement, and now they got this guy, yeah,
pro violence against oppressed people.
And I'm just waiting for what they do with these protest laws.
Well, they're already starting to arrest people, right?
I know.
And charge them with federal crimes.
I mean, yeah, this is I just see this. This is all they needed. That was this. Now they got this guy, and so the Muslim ban. Because remember, the acting AG was like, no, we're not defending this. But now we have this guy. It's good, great. Okay.
I think I haven't, like, I'm so angry. And like, you know, there's like stages of grief, and I just have not done very well. I'm like at once angered and resigned to the reality, but like, it just very literally didn't have to be this way. But a whole bunch of people made it so that it is. And I'm trying not to feel very violently toward those people, but it's just really hard to see the sheer magnitude of bullshit that is already coming out of this administration, and really frustrating how utterly predictable it all is. And
I mean, everything that's happening here is what he said he was going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. I think if I see another tweet that it says, "Oh, I voted for you. How could you do this?" Like, I don't know if I should be held accountable for what I do. How could I have known? He literally fucking said it.
Yeah. FYI, someone pointed out that you can't gerrymander for Senate seats. It's done by state, not by district. Just how that was on the Twib Nation hashtag, which we are checking. So if you want to weigh in on things, we are looking.
Can I say gerrymandering for Senate seats?
Huh? That's what someone said here.
I mean, they're listening closer to me than I am. I believe that I said it. If they said I said it.
Well, give me another story, because apparently people are dickholes.
This is your docket.
It is my docket. God damn it! It is my docket. I built this. Literally.
It's all for you.
What's next? Let's go.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
You want me? I'm not prepared to lead your docket. Here, talk about Nordstrom.
Oh, thanks. That made me feel worse.
You had the choice to choose your own damn story.
Your face is a damn story.
It is a storied face.
So the president. It's terrible docket. I wasn't paying attention. I shouldn't have done that. I also didn't know I was gonna have to do this right after finding out that it was official that section was confirmed. So I wasn't prepared. So Nordstrom apparently dropped Ivanka Trump's line And this morning, the president of the United States tweeted that it was unfair what Nordstrom was doing, and that he had really, and his daughter has been great for him or some bullshit. And I mean, that was great. But then, actually, no. Let me. As opposed to paraphrasing, that's not reasonable.
Oh, I can tell him. I can tell them.
What exactly was the tweet?
My daughter Ivanka has been treated so unfairly by Nordstrom. She is a great person, always pushing me to do the right thing. Terrible.
What the?
There's so many layers to this.
So many layers. It's like on one hand, okay, let's okay. Oh, so that happened, and then later on, the POTUS account retweeted that, just in case his 20-something million, or actually more like 7, because most of them are fake. There's been a lot of reports about how fake Donald Trump's followers are on Twitter. It's like, just in case this is not enough, let me put it on the POTUS account. So the president of the United States of America is attacking a company for not carrying his daughter's line. And then the press secretary got up and said this was a reasonable thing because they were attacking her because of him, and so a father has a right to defend. What? This is such the clearest abuse of power and the platform. How do you attack a private company for not carrying your daughter's line? Which, can we also have the moment that, remember when all the stories came out about 4 weeks ago? About Ivanka and Jared Kushner? Ivanka Trump, Jared Kushner, was divesting themselves of their businesses and separating, so they could help their father in Washington. So they were going through all this stuff to separate themselves. So then, why would Trump even be weighing in on this if she's not even touching that?
Well,
I need answers.
I don't have an answer for you. I have a question, or I don't know if it's like Nordstrom.
Question?
When questioned, Nordstrom said that it had to do with sales.
Yeah, bad sales. Which, I mean, let's be honest, a lot of people have been pushing for folks to not buy Trump stuff, and so maybe people just stopped buying stuff. Well, actually, that's what they said, and I don't have any reason to believe that they're lying. And so
the great businessman thinks that his daughter should get a break, even though the sales are poor. Because it's all about logic until it isn't, until it's just about nepotism, until it's just about people who have already been given every advantage in life to get more advantage.
Actually, it's really unfair because she's literally like was going to Washington and doing all this stuff. So she's the daughter of a billionaire, was running a lot of stuff,
That's
making
not
her
been
own
confirmed.
money. Has a lot of money. Her husband was really rich on top of it as well. And what Trump felt he needed to do was to go at Nordstrom, which, by the way, they had a stock dip on that, which is shocking. Because of this. I mean, what type of petulant, childish bullshit is this? I don't know what to do. Like, it's so shitty. It's such a shitty thing. And the thing is, I understand that on the scale of oh my God to the fuck. Like, this is not even at the fuck. Actually, it's like not compared to like Sessions confirmation. But at the same time, it's so blatant. And it's like, what are you doing? What the hell? How is this okay? And no one's going to say anything about this? And then the press secretary is going to go out and defend it?
Well, the press secretary is going to go out and defend anything that he says ever. Which,
I would have thought that they would have say that he's not going to comment. No comment about it. Like just don't weigh in on that. Don't go up there and fucking defend this bush.
He's weighed in on so many things he shouldn't have to weigh, or he shouldn't concern himself with weighing in on. But that's because his boss cares about the things that are not important and does not care about the things that are. They're still talking about crowd size
Are they?
at the inauguration.
What? No. What? No. Seriously?
Not from that. Oh my God! All of my words. Pulpit, I suppose. Podium. There it is.
There you go.
God, so great to have your support on that one, Elon.
Because I didn't know where we were going. What you saying?
Not
I'm
from
sorry.
that podium, but the stories that are coming out or the things that he's complaining about still to this day are poor media representations, with that being at the base of it. Then moving on to, why does everybody keep saying President Bannon? I call my own shots. All that crap. Still nobody has addressed the fact that there's a bunch of aides working in the dark because they can't figure out where the lights are, and they can't figure out how to ask anybody where the lights are in the room. That's literal truth. It's so metaphorical.
Here's the amazing part about that. Because I don't believe the Obama administration was like, we refuse to tell you where the lights are. I just don't believe that happened. I believe
if that was the kind of administration that would have done that, he would have never been the president in the first place.
I believe they genuinely just didn't ask, and now they they fumble around. And the thing is, like, I'd call somebody. Like, all right, fine. We didn't ask before, but we should call somebody now. But I will admit, Dara, you can call me what you want. If I got a call 2 weeks after I left my job at the White House about where the lights was, nah. I forgot. It was a while ago.
You received a call, you mean?
Yeah, I received a call. Yeah, I got a call. Yeah, I got a call. I'm like, no.
I thought you were saying if I have to call, if I got
No. I wouldn't. No. I remember when I had a job where I don't know. I probably shouldn't say this. I had a job where when I left, I built some shit for them, and this whole system, internet, all this stuff, whatever. And and then I got fired, like, unceremoniously. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous how I got fired. I was completely in the right, and I just like, you're out. I said, okay. And about 2 weeks later, I got a call because the system stopped working. The system I built stopped working, and they needed help. They needed me to how do we reset? How can we get an admin account? I was like, yeah, I don't know. Because how the hell are you calling me? You fired me. You're a dick. I'm not helping you.
You can't.
And that's what I would do here.
That's bad karma.
What?
That's bad karma.
Call it what you will. Feel good about it. Stand by that stance for the rest of my life. One of my proudest moments.
I couldn't do something like that.
What? Not help them?
Mm-hmm.
No, I could totally not help you. Especially if you're complete dickholes. I feel nothing wrong with not helping you because you're a dickhole. Like it could have been done better. Like the transition could have been done so much better than it was. They could have actually, and like the people were leaving like folders with instructions how to do shit at their desks because they hadn't been contacted properly. The transition team was horrendous. They had someone who might have gotten the transition reasonable in Chris Christie because he has governed and he had actually been an executive of a state. Like he understood how to create this, and they literally threw out his transition papers. And they apparently they made a show the aide who did it, a show of it, and threw it in the garbage.
Yep.
And so a bunch of positions just aren't even filled. No one knows what's going on with that.
And in that case, I could see the why one would feel like the desire to be petty. But in my head, I'm like, the person who's asking me this question probably isn't the person who made the decision to throw away the transition papers. Not their fault. Okay, fine.
But it's their fault for working for the Orange Demon. I'm not helping you. I'm not helping you. You work for the Orange Demon.
But we're talking about in a world where these people are a part of the Obama administration, which effectively blessed the Trump White House by working with them, by providing for a smooth transition. So coming from that frame of mind where they already have decided it's more important for us to keep up the idea that some active democracy has taken place here, even though we know it hasn't, then those people, I would expect them to say, oh yeah, the light switch over here. It's one of them 2-button things. Like, it's just 2 buttons. It's 2 round things. I know you expect it to be a switch, but it's not.
No. No. Because here's the thing. I believe Obama was like, we're going to work with them. End quote. That doesn't mean the staff or anybody else wanted to work or wanted to be peaceful and reasonable and give them all this information. Obama did, and they loved Obama. But that doesn't mean they want, nah. Nope. I can work somewhere and I can respect my boss and be like, you know what? I get why you're saying this. I get why you're saying this. I'm not dealing with this. Sorry. I'm cool with you, but I think that you're being way too reasonable right now. So no. Brent, would you have helped them with the lights?
Probably not.
That's just real talk, Dara. Why am I helping you? Why am I helping you?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying I have a different way of going about life.
You're wrong. It's wrong.
I didn't say you were wrong.
I know. That's why I know. No, please. I'm not being reasonable. I'm just mad. I feel like no one helped him. No one.
Yeah, I have a hard time not being reasonable.
Uh-oh. Well, we're getting a phone call. Let's see what's going on here.
I'm scared.
Calm down. Swib Prime, who is this and where are you calling from?
I'm Margagi, and I'm calling from Santa Rosa.
What do you got to say about all this, sir?
About all of this?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I've earned my 42 years on this earth as primarily an American and African American, but I feel like what I paid into isn't working out for me, and even worse than usual.
I mean, did you think it was going to work out for you, like reasonably?
I mean, that's what keeps me being an American, right? I think reasonably at the end of the day, it won't be the worst. It'll be better than other places. So
I hate to be an optimist, but I think the argument can still be made that despite everything that's happening and despite how quickly we're hurtling toward likenesses with other places, right now at this moment, this still is not the worst place to be.
Oh no, there's places when you walk out your door, there are gunshots happening right there. And
Are you talking about Chicago?
No, because I'm not.
Because you're not Donald Trump.
No, I'm not. So, but like there are places like there are threats of bombings and all that. I mean, bombings by us actually, and so, but yeah, no, there are places.
Yeah, I won't actively die unless I'm involved with the police because, see, I'm black and Muslim, so I feel like I have a heightened threat level now.
Oh my God. Yeah, no. The only thing that that can make you more of a target if you were a woman and queer on top of it and possibly disabled. Right? Yeah, all that together. That's then you just stay in the house. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dara, because it's terrible. How people are being treated are terrible. I don't know. I can't say good things. It's like no, it gets worse and worse and worse.
It does, but y'all keep me sane, and to throw a distraction at you. And Spades keeps me sane, so anytime you want to see me,
I can't even remember Spades because Elon won't have a Spades game.
I'm sorry.
So.
I feel like he just challenged me on air on my own damn show about some
maybe a little bit.
Okay, well, you boys have fun.
Why are you so annoyed? Because I didn't do this, Dara. I didn't bring this.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, Dara's about to punch someone in the face.
No, so that's the thing. I can't bring myself to punch anyone in the face, and so I can't get the level of oh, you said no, and I'm gonna. I'll probably beat you. And that's all I have. I don't have to get exorcised about it.
No, I do. Don't.
I know.
And now I have to host a goddamn Twib Spades tournament. I'm not happy about this.
Yes, you do.
Not happy
I'm just saying. I made a suggestion a day or so ago, and I feel like I had to push it a little bit more. So here we are.
Well, here we are, and thanks for calling. And I'm not amused. What? What?
Thank you.
Angry?
I'm not happy because now I got to do
Is it because you're black?
Okay, bye, y'all. Hey.
Peace. Have a good night. What do you mean because I'm black? Shut up.
All all right, bye, y'all. Like, he let me off this damn phone. Why did I call these assholes?
That's more like he's just like calling one of his boys. All right, man. I'll talk to you later, man. Peace.
You can hear the dap through the phone.
Wait, see, white people didn't know he could dap over the phone.
Do
Secretly.
you think he was white?
No, I
Oh.
said white people didn't know he can dap over the phone.
But why are you talking about white people? Who cares what they think?
White
Sorry,
people
I just
also-
mean like you randomly started like, oh, but you know what? The white perspective would be like,
I wasn't. That's not what. No.
here's the white corner with Elon James White.
You are about to get cut for no apparent reason.
You're right, for no apparent reason. For no reason, it wouldn't be fair.
like in prison. What's it called?
Is that the noise that shivs make?
Yes, that's it.
Because you sound like you're in a chorus line of some kind.
Every time I think about someone getting shivved, it's like
You sound like you're about to break out into 76 trombones. Like start kicking your legs out.
718-404-9320. 718-404-9320 is the phone line. What? Bring me a story. Bring me a story. Anything that you want.
There ain't no shit on here that I want. I don't know how to make this any clearer. I don't want any of this.
I'm trying to give you an option. Actually, because there are like two
This
nice
McDonald's
stories.
story.
Huh?
Go ahead. Talk about McDonald's.
So you're not happy about that?
I don't.
No, it was a nice story. Oh my God. Well, so
no, it's a great story, Elon. Why don't you set it up for us?
it's too late. You already ruined it. There's no way I'm going to be able to tell the story, and everyone's not going to shit on it completely. I thought I literally put it on because I was trying to put a story that wasn't soul crushing or whatever. So I was like trying to have that moment, that nice moment.
It was a story
about a McDonald's cashier who helped out. Hold on, but wait, before we do that, let me open up this phone line real quick. Twit Prime, who is this, and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Michael. This is Michael Baginski from Long Island. Nice to be speaking to you both.
Indeed. What do you guys say about all this?
Well, one, it's bullshit, and two,
wait, what's bullshit?
I apologize if what's that?
I said, what's bullshit?
Just everything that's been happening.
Okay,
okay, good. He's like, we gonna have to fight
just
somebody
wanted
through
to
the. See, what you white people didn't know is that you can also fight people through the phone.
Oh, the phone. You didn't know? Yeah.
Go ahead.
I apologize if I came a few minutes late if you talked about this already, but did you hear about George Lopez making that bullshit up with the anti-blackness lately?
That's actually what we started the show with. And
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
Sorry.
It's fine. We're early anyway. So that's what this we started with on the show. And yeah, I probably would have gone in more on it, but then we saw the Jeff Sessions confirmation thing, and it was just like, oh, and things are exponentially worse.
Yeah.
Than a shitty comic being completely a shitty person to people, and the shitty people defending him. That's one thing.
Well,
but now we have Jeff Sessions that's confirmed.
Like D.L. Hewley and like Cedric the Entertainer just for some reason defending George Lopez. I don't know. I see a lot of
wait. Cedric the Entertainer was defending. Did you say Cedric the Entertainer was defending George Lopez?
Well, I'm saying comedians who have been around for that long time would defend someone like George for saying stuff like that. I feel like.
I don't know. I would hope that's not the case because I'm a comic. I have some years under my belt. I've not been around nearly that long. I think I got a hot decade under my belt. And as a performer, as a no, it's not. Nope. Not okay. That's complete bullshit. And it's not about being politically correct or whatever. You said some shit and you didn't even have a joke. And then someone in the audience didn't like what you said. Do you understand how many times people don't like what I fucking say when I'm on stage? And I don't just go off on a rant and start calling people bitches? Because that's not how you do. That's not how you do things. What
also,
you're
you
supposed to
don't
do.
call people bitches.
That's also valid. It's not.
Yeah,
I'm not running around doing that.
It's from the beginning of this election, seeing like comedians of all creeds and whatnot, just the terminology of political correctness, I feel like contributed to like I'm sorry if I'm just talking rambling right now. It's really late right now.
Where are you?
Just
oh, you're in Long Island. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's 8:30. It's 8:30. I mean, but
yeah, but I'm so tired. I came home from college, but whatever.
just own you're tired. Don't be like it's real late out here because like you made us like stop. I'm like wait. Mathematically speaking,
you made us do math.
like, wait, like,
I'm a confusing person. That's what I am. Anyway, it's just like as someone who loves comedy but hates seeing like comedians talk this way about how people should perceive their comedy. It's one, just really depressing, and two, not what comedy is about. It's not to put someone down. It's to bring someone up and just, try to make light of something without, insulting, the events or whatever. Like, how you say as a comedian yourself, want to try to do with comedy and whatnot.
I will say that there are a lot of different ideas and purposes in stand-up and comedy overall. And I believe one thing I do believe is that you never punch down, and you also don't attack the marginalized ever, because that's not funny. I mean, okay, for some people they might find that amusing. I don't. And I feel like that's not how stand-up should work. You should always be punching up. You should always be speaking truth to power. And if you like I said, I know a lot of people were upset with, like I said, like even the first line of when he said the things that are true in the Latino family is don't marry a black person and don't park in front of a house. I wasn't upset with that because I'm like, okay, you're taking something, you're taking a trope from your culture, because the fact is, I've dated Hispanic folks, and I knew that there was some beef, like in at least 2 relationships I had, there was some beef in the family about the Latina that dating me. And so I know this is true. I know that this is a thing that happens. But now, what are you going to do with that? Like, are you going to just say it's reasonable? Are you co-signing it? Which would be weird because you're also on tour with a bunch of black dudes. So that would be odd. But then, like, where are you going with it? But like he got so like. Here's my theory on this. I don't think I even told you my theory on this. My theory is he was in his feelings about something else. This had nothing to do with that woman whatsoever. He was upset about something else, and then when he saw it, because it was too quick, it was like boom. It was like line. Maybe he didn't get the laugh he thought it was supposed to get. Like it was supposed to get like a bigger role, because there was decent applause and laughter.
He got a good laugh.
But maybe he thought it deserved more. Maybe he was expecting bigger or whatever. And it was like within 5 seconds he had already attacked that person. Like that, it's just not. It's weird. It's like something else was up. He was in his feelings about something.
But I don't know.
Maybe his kidney was itching.
Yeah.
You just.
I mean,
stop me right
again. I just refer back because, like, when I hear those same specifically anti-black women comments from D.L. Hewley, Cedric Entertainer, and hey, I'll even say Bernie Mac. As much as I love Bernie Mac and wish he was still alive today, he said some really shitty things back in the day.
Oh yeah.
So that's how I feel.
Oh yeah, I absolutely. There are a lot of issues with a lot of stand-up. There's issue with stand-up comments that I like, and and bits that I still kind of like, but I go like, this is problematic. Like the fact is, like Eddie Murphy couldn't work today. Eddie Murphy. Yeah. Imagine if Raw came out today. Riots.
He wouldn't be wearing that orange suit.
Fires. Just like, no, Molotov cocktails. No, that cannot happen. No. But at the time, it happened, and there are some funny bits in it. But at the same time, like, it's like, no, that's not okay. That's just not. So yeah. I mean, like, and honestly, like, for me, just fuck this dude. George Lopez is a dick, and I hope that I hope this hurts his money. In all honesty, I hope this hurts his pocket, and we'll see what happens from there. And thank you for calling in.
Yeah. Just quickly before I go off, I just want to say,
yes.
What's that?
No, I had said thank you for calling in, but you wound back up. But yes, say what you got to say.
I was going to say, I love what you and the entire crew there do. As a white person, I just really, learn a lot from your show and just take it, from where I am as with my privilege and whatnot, and try to educate myself as much as possible. So I appreciate what you all do, and I hope you all have a good evening today.
Oh,
you too.
You too.
Rest well.
Indeed. It's
Thank
late
you.
out there.
I'll try to at 8:30.
Have a good day, sir.
On you, what were you?
I believe in you.
How about on what you were saying before, Elon, about things not holding up. You know, this comes up with me a lot, especially because of the amount of television that I watch, and I do a lot of catching up on things that have already had their sort of cultural moment, and then have to go back and say, like, even stuff that I liked previously, you go back and you're like, ooh,
yeah,
it's 5 years later and this doesn't work. Like, you can't say this stuff anymore.
Yep.
Even like, I was obsessed with Chappelle Show, with everything Chappelle did. Like, I was a part of the, you know, the clamoring audience and all that. And then you look back at some of that stuff, you look like.
Funny enough, I just looked back at something. I was looking back at the Wayne Brady sketch, because I quote the Wayne Brady sketch all the time. Most people don't know I'm quoting it, but I quote it all the time when I say I'm not violent. I try not to be like I'm quoting Wayne Brady in that, and most people don't notice it. But like I was about to say it, and I just wanted to make sure I was wording it right. And I went and I watched the sketch again, and all of a sudden, a lot of things jumped out at me in the sketch. That one, the fact that like it was funny and it considered like badass that Wayne Brady had hoes. You know what I mean? Remember? Hose, Dave, hose.
Hi,
Evening,
Dave.
bitches.
Yeah.
and that was funny. And at the same time, now I'm like,
Say
I don't.
hello to Dave. Yeah.
This is weird. Why do you have women like? No, that's wrong. You're trafficking. Like I feel like all of a sudden I was looking at it weird, and I'm like, I remember that played at my 30th birthday. And back in New York, I had earlier. It's not my 30th. My 30th birthday was classier. I think it was my 26th birthday, right? Because me and Emily weren't together yet, and she gave me a lap dance, which I just felt like I wanted to throw out there. Because she always talks about how about my lack of game. I'm like, really? I'm like, you were the one who came to my birthday party giving me lap dances. I'm just saying. So. Just shade for no reason. I'm getting there. You let me go. But at the party, I remember it was like it was the Chappelle Show. It was probably near its peak, if not at its peak. And we had the Chappelle Show playing on a projector against the wall at the bar with the DJs and everything. And so like various sketches. And when the Wayne Brady sketch came up, literally the entire bar all knew the sketch by heart, and we were like in synchronization. It's like all day. I'm not violent. The whole room, is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? Like it was a thing. But now I think about why were we? That's not. I believe there's more too, but that's just something that I just looked at that sketch and said, oh right.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more, especially in his. I think it's Killing Me Softly.
I know the gag. It's the It's a you might not be a hoe, but you're wearing a hoe's uniform. Yes, I do.
And I remember being like,
yep.
And then now I look back at it, I can't even. I saw him live a couple of years ago. Whenever the Ray Rice thing happened, so maybe late 2014, early 2015. And he was like, clearly that girl just staying with him for the money, right? And everybody was like.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, does Dave Chappelle not know how abuse works?
Yep.
This is very uncomfortable.
It's one of the reasons why I have a hard time. Like my wife always gives me a hard time for not going to more shows with her, and I'm like, well, I can't sit through a lot of comedy now. And she goes, what do you mean? I'm like, because like when I feel shitty. I feel like I'm a bad comic, but I'm like, no, I still have a sense of humor. I just need you not to be full of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that I'm broke. It's like I need my comments to be a little bit more on top of this stuff.
People, because they put out shitty things and they tell you if you don't laugh at it, it's because you're a sensitive liberal snowflake. And like, well, why don't you actually just be better at your job?
Right.
Maybe not expect your shitty jokes to get laughs.
Maybe you should have Googled that joke before you Googled any of the facts that you just used in that joke.
And that's the other thing, too, because it's not, I don't even think it's that they need to Google it. I think they specifically are telling the joke because they know it's going to elicit a certain reaction from certain people. So then what is the weird like turnaround when you get that reaction because you know you have said something shitty on purpose and then you get upset at the reaction?
It's literally sometimes you do it on purpose, but you're doing it to get to build on it. Like
I'm not talking about that kind of thing though, obviously. Right. Although, and that was one thing I did want to say because about the George Lopez thing, I don't know if we didn't get to the end of the clip. or if
Oh,
there
the
is
clip-
no more end of the clip.
Yeah,
But
it
we
just
don't
stopped.
know if he was building to something or not. I would assume that he wasn't, since he got so furious with
Yes.
that woman
Yes.
in that moment.
Yeah.
But we can't say for sure.
Yeah, we can't say for sure, but anything he was building at that point, I'm pretty sure it was going to be shitty if you just like flipped out and just started yelling, calling people bitches for no reason. It just doesn't make sense to me. And it wasn't even funny. I was really confused by the audience being into how him attacking her. I didn't understand that. I was like, none of this makes sense. He didn't tell a joke yet. He's attacking for no fucking reason.
And
And
that's
he's
also the
being,
kind of-
he's being hyper aggressive.
That's also the kind of thing that you can get away with because he has that kind of crowd, right? Because he has such a strong fan base. It's the kind of thing you can get away with once you become a name like George Lopez, where people kind of cult around you and you're like, yeah, fuck that lady. Why? Because he's mad at her. So she did probably something. And also, she's a lady. I feel like she's probably black.
I'm looking in the chat room and someone said maybe culture is catching up to their distaste of Chris Rock. And again, Chris Rock
To
has a
somebody
joke.
else's distaste of Chris Rock. Yeah.
Because again, that Chris Rock has a joke that I remember thinking it was funny at one point. Black people versus niggas, remember? Because niggas always want some credit for some shit they supposed to do, right? And I remember thinking at the time, it was like, that's hilarious. And now I'm just like, no, that doesn't, no.
I don't like the setup of it, but the idea that there is black men walking around asking for cookies for things that are just normal is
Yes.
something that I have experienced in my life.
Oh, no. I think it's, yes, black men, but I also think men have done that as well. And but then I remember thinking that joke was hilarious at the time. And then like, I looked back and I'm like, no.
Yeah, I could. I mean, I
Hell, I do that about some. Have you ever looked at like really, really old social media posts by yourself? Of yourself, and you're just like something that you might not have been clear on, and then like you said something, and then like you see it 5 years later, so like ooh, oh, that's not. I shouldn't have said that. I should have that was not framed properly at all. What did it? Like I've looked at some old social media or like really, really early fucking Twitter Prime, aka blacking it up, and just like oh, I don't think I got that yet. Like, I needed to grow. I needed to grow on that. You know what I mean? Which is why I don't understand why people have such issues with learning, with becoming better people. Like, because we all learn, we all do. So why? And so what's the issue with that? And why not actively? Why double down on your bullshit? Like, no, learn so that you become better. Otherwise, you're stuck in that shitty hole of being shitty for your entire life. Who wants that? Apparently, shitty people.
I think there's more shitty people than you give.
No.
the
I
world
believe that
credit for.
95 to 98% of society is shitty people.
I think that's too high.
Huh?
I think
No,
that's too
I
high.
didn't. No.
I also think that there's a level of shittiness inside of every person, and
Yep.
it differs based off of like where you're meeting them in life and what kind of things y'all are talking about.
I agree. I agree to a certain extent. I do believe that there are some people who aren't shitty, and those people I am always confused by. But a lot of times, the people that I can't find like an ounce of shittiness in them, and this might sound terrible, I don't always think they're uber bright. Because I've met people like this who literally I just look at them and just like, I don't understand what's happening. You're just the nicest possible person. Like, you don't have like an ounce of like sarcasm or you're just the most beautifully nice, sweet person in the world. But and almost every time I've ever said that, the person I didn't think they were bright, but I thought they were just so nice and sweet.
Well,
so nice.
Sarcasm is supposed to take a certain level of intelligence, and there is
Oh, I read an article about that.
quickness that comes with wit, and so sometimes niceness is just lack of that brain speed.
Maybe,
But
and it's
I
funny
also-
you say that because about that story. I just saw a story about apparently dark jokes. Having an appreciation of dark jokes is an implication of intelligence. Apparently, like being able to parse something. And now it doesn't mean that if you like everyone who likes dark jokes are smart, but it's like it tends to lean that way. But like I forgot that I need to pull the article. I was going to do it on the show and then I forgot about it. And then the world kept burning around us. So it's sometimes like little stories like that I find interesting or whatever. Don't get into the target because the world is burning around us. Brent.
Yes, sir.
Brent, do you got a story? Make the people happy?
I have hella stories. So what you want to know, man?
I need a funny story, but it needs to end better than. And he drank it, and man, that was fucked up.
Dude, that dude went to the bathroom and threw up a bunch of times, man.
Huh?
That dude went to the bathroom.
You didn't pace it right. You went to the bathroom and give us like the levels of what was happening with that poor man. Like did you watch his intelligence like slowly decrease? Did he start like was he reasonable? Did he also start knocking shit down and all of a sudden like I needed more. I needed to understand.
Man, he came back from that bathroom sweating more and more and more. And it got so bad that I had to ask one of the people who were looking after us. I had to be like, "Yo, what are y'all gonna do to this dude?" They were like, "We're escorting him out right now, man. He can't fall out in here."
Okay. Well, that would probably be bad at your party. You wouldn't want people passing out at your party, right, Dara?
Sounds like a forced labor camp, right? Am I understanding that correctly?
No, they voluntarily went there. It's not a forced labor camp.
So it's a voluntary labor camp.
I don't believe I don't think it's a labor camp, madam. I believe that.
I feel like if you stay in a place over a week, like that's a camp
No, they
session.
go home at the end of the day, right, Brent?
Absolutely, we go
and
home.
you go back.
Yeah.
Because you're making money.
What?
I'll explain it to you later.
Yes, exactly.
I'll explain because I don't think Brent wants me to explain.
We just explained. I explained everything yesterday.
Right,
No, you didn't. You kept calling it a party. It's not a party.
Right. There are people that need large amounts of the marijuana taken care of so that they may be able to distribute it.
Is everybody walking around in their underwear with their titties out?
No, it's not like the New Jack City, which I made a joke about that too. It's not like New Jack City, but they do it, and then they also partake in the stuff that they are using. They're doing. So it's a lot of they're very very happy while it's happening.
I can tell this making Dara super uncomfortable.
I'm not uncomfortable with the subject matter. I'm uncomfortable with confusion. I don't like not being able to get my head around something, and this is not tracking for me.
We're going to work on that.
All
but
right.
yeah, Brett, give us a quick one. Give us some shit that like people would be like, what?
Okay, well, I'm going to tell y'all an old school story that one of my homies told me back in the day that happened to him. And shout out to you, dude, if you watching, and everybody else. Okay, so my homie,
Just
he was
vague as fuck. Just all the way vague. Just like, shout out to that dude. Just in case you might be looking at this right now. And all of y'all who know each other.
All right, I'm going to give a shout out to my dude, Moses, man.
Oh, look, it's Moses. What up, Moses?
What's up, man?
Hey, what up, nigga?
Shout out to you, my dude. So my dude, he had some of the, actually he had the most cannabis charges of anyone I've ever known. His whole rap sheet was just cannabis charge after cannabis charge. In fact, he spent many years trying to get this off his back, right? Like he would go sit it out on the weekends, all kind of shit. Anyways,
when you say cannabis charge,
sit it out.
Right. When you say cannabis charge, like is it because he would be smoking and get caught, or was he trying to sell? Like, what do you mean by cannabis charge?
Most of his cannabis charges were smoking in public, getting caught smoking, things like that. Yeah. And then I think he also got
why would he just smoke in his house or maybe not smoke in public?
Well, people do smoke in their houses, I think, but my dude was as you can tell, we all like to buck the law. So
okay. All right.
I accept it.
Come on.
All right, hit it.
Okay, so my dude
Moses.
Yeah, Moses. He ended up basically with all these charges and he couldn't, really beat them. So he ended up on the run. You sound familiar? So he ended up on the run, and this is
the worst reason to be on the run, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
You won't smoke in your house. Just stop smoking outside. By the second or third time, you know what you don't do? Smoke outside. Or get better. Eat a cookie. There are other methods and ways of ingesting the marijuana that maybe you won't be arrested and have to go on the run. But continue. Moses is on the run now. Now what?
So Moses is on the run, and his is a prolonged, running fugitive life. So
Fugitivity.
his,
He was plagued by prolonged fugitivity.
Fugitivus. That's what they used to apparently tattoo on people's heads when they ran in Rome.
Okay.
Slaves. Sorry, I watched. Listen, you didn't watch the documentary Spartacus on Showtime on Stars?
I don't have stars.
Oh, well, it's on Netflix now. Continue, and it's not really a documentary, but they would start every episode with this is based on real true life events or whatever, and then it would just be the most ridiculous shit in the world.
Oh, that means it wasn't based; it was inspired.
Right, basically, that's it. All right, continue. Moses, run, keep smoking. Don't know how to go in his house. Okay, and now you got to run.
all right, so he's on the run, and his parents are like, "Yo, my dude can't like continue like this." So they get him like an ID. That was one of the big things when we were on the run. Was like, "Oh shit, if you got an ID like of somebody else's name with somebody else's photo, you're like on some other shit, right?" So my dude,
what? Did you saw him? What? Wait, what? Dar, did you get it? Because what?
Yeah, he's got an ID that's not technically a fake because it's a real ID, but it's not him.
Okay, but then, that was good or that was bad?
that was hella badass. Like that's the
That's
pinnacle
badass.
of being a fugitive at the time,
But if it's not a picture of you or your name,
But you can pass.
Yeah, he can pass.
So if you find someone who kind of looks like you, but then you can get their ID, and so then when you get arrested, then it's on their record.
It's more related to like a dead relative or something like that.
Okay, I'm just trying to understand. Continue. Moses on the run, got a fake ID.
Yeah, you got a fake ID. Anyways, I
was
was
real.
just thinking about all this just this morning. Anyway, so I'm gonna make this real brief. My dude goes to some land that his family has in Mexico, and he stays there for a year. But he travels around Mexico to meet some other kids because he don't want to be on the property by himself, and it's like driving him nuts. So my dude, he gets caught smoking weed on the beach in Veracruz.
So what you're trying to tell me, I feel like the story you're telling me is not the story I wanted to hear. The story you want to tell me is about your friend who was in a deep depression and needed to be around people, and that's why he didn't smoke in his house by himself, because he needed to be around other folks. This is a story of depression and sadness, as opposed to being on the run. Because why would he do that?
This is a story of poor criminality.
And sadness. Why was he on the beach?
Be better at being...
Be better at being a criminal. But it's not even criminal. This is just silly. This is like.
It's not big time, but it's... which is even...
This is a story of sadness. That's what I hear here.
Well, it's about to get triumphant here in just a second.
Uh-oh. All right, bring it.
So of course, he gets arrested because he don't have proper American papers, right? So they take him and his bag and his friends to a nearby police station in Mexico. So now, mind you, I have cancer, and I'm getting an email from him at MD Anderson Cancer Center telling me about this story. Pretty hilarious.
So he decided to put it on paper, is what you're saying. He decided to make an actual record of it that could be traced back to him.
Yeah, but I mean, it's in Mexico, so.
I mean.
Oh, they don't have computers. What is the implication of Mexico?
Well, I'm telling this story, and it was so long ago, so the statute of limitations is
Sure.
No, but she's talking about the initial email. Was that the brightest thing to send you when he was in trouble already?
Actually, ironically, after I read that email and I walked downstairs through the cancer center, the security stopped me, man, and they asked me for my ID. So I wonder if it has something to do with reading that email. I don't know.
Because the email was magic. The email was cursed. Like what?
No, because if they're monitoring his communications, they see something like that. That's what he's saying.
Oh! You think they were monitoring your communications?
I'm
possible.
pretty certain.
Actually,
I like the fact that my brain.
They be?
I like the fact that in my brain, I never considered monitoring anything. I was just like,
You went straight to
it was
magic
an attached email. This email, someone blessed it, and that's what happened. Okay. So he got caught again now in Mexico with no papers. Then what?
So they carry his ass to the nearest, police station?
Uh-huh.
And he sits, he's like, man, my life is over. He thinks he about to go to prison. They about to extradite him back to Texas and everything. And this is where it gets really good. He said they left his bag sitting on a chair. And for some reason, he was like, it was some country ass, like rinky-dink police station that still had to use keys and everything. And it was just like kind of like a shack with some steel bars. So basically, he was like, dude, I discovered that they left the bars open.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry.
No
I
lie,
hate
man.
everybody in this story. Every single major player in this story, except for you, Brent. You just walking around with cancer, and God bless you. But like everybody else, need to get their shit all the way together.
It's pure hilarity right here. So my dude, he, you know where this is headed.
I don't. I just looked in the chat room and someone just said Elon is shockingly naive, and I'm like, I must be because I have no clue what's happening here or where this is going. I'm a straight edge kind of guy. I don't understand. It's like I assume he escapes from the prison.
Yeah, he
because
creeps
it was
out.
locked up.
He creeps out. He's like, dude, I like take my time, trying to ease out. And then he was like, as soon as I got out of the bars, man, I just grabbed my bag and jumped out the window and took off running. And so I'm reading this in the email, but like my hair is falling out. I'm like all frail at the cancer center and shit. And I'm like, yay, my dude. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, his family went on to smuggle him back across the border in the trunk of the car, and there's that. Yeah. He stayed on the ranch for a while till he couldn't take it anymore, and then they smuggled him back.
Sorry, what's this man's name? Jesus?
Moses.
Oh.
Did you just pick another
I
Bible
just picked
character?
another name from the Bible.
I quit. This is a ridiculous story. And the part, what really upsets me is how, like, in the story, Brett's like, because my hair was falling out and I was all frail, and I was like, yeah, like, that was a good part. Like, that's a terrible part. Brett, I feel like we need to work on your storytelling techniques and structuring of things. This is a sad story.
But it was obviously happy to him.
I mean, well, he's happy that his boy has apparently escaped the most ridiculous prison ever. Like the prison was apparently being run by
Barney Fife.
or the cop from The Simpsons.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, just like, they left. And the thing is, I don't think I would have checked the gate.
Sorry, I was just triumphant in my Barney Fife memory, and I don't even know the cop you're talking about.
Dara, would you have checked the bars? I don't think I would have checked the bars to see if it was open or closed. Or locked?
No, of course I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have checked it.
No. Because speaking of naivete, it would never even occur to me that somebody could be so useless at their job that they would forget to do something as basic as all that.
Oh my God! Someone in the chat room, on the YouTube chat room, Gory Fantod says Moses reached the promised land.
Oh my God!
See that? No, see. No.
See?
Goodbye. Goodbye, Gory.
Actually, shout out to the chat room. Shout out to the chat room.
No, don't shout out to the chat room. I mean, well, shout out to the chat room.
Yeah. Big love to y'all, man, for everything.
All right, we're done here. Because apparently, I mean, Moses is free though, so yay for him.
Can we?
Yeah, he's free. He actually has a career now.
Huh?
He's free. He got a career now. Like I said, shout out to him. Yeah.
I don't think we should ask for any more details.
I just would like to know what he ended up in.
Oh, he does sound. He's like a audio guru. He travels all over the globe.
See, that's a beautiful story. apparently, he ran. He got out of prison, escaped. He was a fugitive in one place, became a fugitive in another place. Now he works in sound.
But it also is a story of privilege because he has so much support from his family that many people in the same situation would not have had.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm on the same page with you as well. Like, but it takes support and energy from others to be
prosper
on the run
in your
general.
fugitivity.
What?
Sorry.
to prosper in your fugitivity is what she said.
Yes.
It takes a village to prosper in your fugitivity.
I don't. I feel like if I was about to be a fugitive, I'd just be screwed. Because my mom flat out told me if I ever got arrested, my mom said this to multiple times. She goes, You ever find yourself in jail? Don't call me.
Wow.
Flat out, don't call me. Don't if you if I find myself in jail for something stupid, like some dumb criminal thing or whatever, not because like the cop was it was a bad case and the cops were a problem. No. If I did some dumb shit and I'm in prison, don't call her. And you know what? I tried to stay away from dumb shit, so that didn't happen. But yeah, all right, Dar, have we been sufficiently black?
Is Moses black? That's his name, right?
Yeah.
Jesus Moses.
No, he's Mexicano.
Okay. Yeah. I can't marry Moses according to George Lopez, so I'm black.
Oh dear.
I'm real black. See, that's how you know.
Oh no, Brent, we've been sufficiently black.
You know it.
I don't understand him. I don't know what's happening with him. He's the worst black Siri ever. Because Brent, by the way, when you do get a title, Brent, the first part your first part of your title is Black Siri.
I thought it was the most interesting man in the world.
Well, you know what? After your two last stories, I don't know anymore.
Oh.
I feel like your stories are like I feel like your stories have hella potential, and then sometimes they fall apart.
Man, y'all cold-blooded with that, man.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back here tomorrow. Same black time, same black channel. Have a pleasant day is evening, something.
It's 8:30.
Say it's late.
What? What? I ain't even say anything yet. Hey, they say the blacker the berry, you know the sweeter the juice. Time for this weekend blackness, so everybody get loose. Smell like something on fire, ayo, I think it's the roof. Smell like something on fire, ayo, I think it's the roof. It's like black steel, black soul, black pain, black power, black people. Can you lend an ear for a couple hours? I don't make it rain. I don't care about your chain. This weekend blackness will make you use your brain.